OK, it was a weekend to forget for Manchester United. A 4-0 defeat to the hands of Brentford. Manchester United, here's a stat for you guys. They've now lost by 4 goals in 3 of their 8 Premier League games since mid-April. When they get beat, they seem to get beaten well. Could they be... I mean... Let's just think where they can improve. Every area of the pitch they can improve. Mm-hmm. Do you think that they will improve? Because it's not just this season. This is a hangover from last season as well, Ali.
Well, they've got to improve. They have to improve. The question there was, could Manchester United be in serious danger of a bottom half finish in the league? On the first 2 performances that we've seen this season, the answer's got to be yes. That's the only answer you can give. But will they improve?
They could get relegated.
Nah, come on.
Oh. You said that about Arsenal last season.
No, but look, I'm not saying they will, but what I will say is this. You've got beat by Brighton and beat 4-0 by Brentford in the opening games of the season. The performances have been absolutely disgraceful.
Agreed.
I was at a football club like Wolves and we had a really good squad, way too good to go down, but we did, because you lose belief, you lose hope, you lose that kind of confidence in yourselves, and then the fans turn on you. Now, I'm not saying Manchester United are going to go down, but they are in that position. Not one player in that team has got any confidence, any belief in their own ability. You tell me how that's going to change. Ten Hag's on the side, just sat there not saying nothing, making changes at half-time that make no sense. The tactical awareness of them is an absolute joke. You can't tell me that you can turn up at Brentford and get beat 4-0 and think that you're going to be okay this season. You can talk about top 6.
I wondered as well, the situation that's ongoing with Ronaldo, when younger, not even younger, but when other members of the squad usually look up to someone like Ronaldo, when he wants out, does that kind of filter down? Does that feeling of, if he wants out...
Of course it does. Of course it does. But the one thing you would have to say...
I don't think it does.
Oh, of course it does.
If Ronaldo was my team and he wanted out, I'd say, right, we'll see you later then. It's my opportunity to step up and be the man at Man United.
That's my point. That is it. No, sorry. That's the point I'm trying to make. How can you be happy with somebody in your dressing room that doesn't want to be there? When I say you're happy with him, he clearly doesn't want to be there, right? So if you've got an unhappy individual...
Would you want to be there, though?
No, but...
If you were Ronaldo, and look, he's coming to the end of his years, Ali, we get that. But
in football,
in football, but he deserves the right to play for a huge, football club and do well and be part of something special, because he can still score goals. He's Man United's top scorer.
He doesn't deserve it unless he's earned it.
But yeah, what do you mean he hasn't? Of course he's earned it. Well, look at the players he's having to deal with. Look at the attitude of them. Look at the way they're playing football.
Right. Well, how come none of the big clubs have come in for him then? Because are they all wrong?
No, but they will look at it and go, he's a big player who's going to cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that's the issue, and you have to change a certain style of football. But you can't tell me you wouldn't want Ronaldo in your squad at Man United. It's different in Real Madrid and PSG and things like that.
But that's not the point.
And Liverpool.
You would want
Man United, you want Ronaldo in your squad. Of course you would. Because look how bad they are.
But you wouldn't want a Ronaldo in your squad that doesn't want to be there. That's my point.
I don't think he don't want to be there. I think
he said he doesn't want to be there.
He's looking at it, and he's looking at what he's having. The players around him and the attitude and mentality of the football club. He's a winner.
Of course he is.
Look how many trophies he's won. Look how many goals he's scored.
100%.
He don't want to be part of that. He don't want to. In the end, you're going to look at it and say, "This, unless this changes, of course I want out." It's Cristiano Ronaldo. Look at the mess.
But he said he's wanted out effectively before the season started. So this is my point, right? I'm not arguing here at all about the qualities and the top qualities that Cristiano Ronaldo, I said not Brazilian, but the Ronaldo has had. But you've said it yourself. He's been on the downward slope in his career, which happens to everybody. He's been one of the best players in the world, but he is now not an attractive option to the top clubs in world football.
I just don't know what Ten Hag's doing. Everyone's going on about how good this guy is and how he's going to change this and change that. I don't think he's dealt with the Ronaldo situation very well. And
what could he have done though?
Well, get him on side for one. Get him on board with what he wants to do, and I feel like he's not really been bothered about it.
We don't know that though, do we? We don't know what happens behind closed doors. I'm sure he would have wanted. I'm sure he would have sat him down.
He's come out and said he's not fit and he hasn't trained enough, and I think he could have come out and handled it a little bit differently. But look, this is not about Ronaldo. this is about the whole mentality of that football team. And, you know, I hear people talking about the owners and, you know, the Glazers, and that's where it starts from the top and all that. Absolute nonsense. I understand that the owners and the fans don't get on, and there are definite issues there, but the players have to take responsibility for the performances that they're putting in.
Of course they do.
The way that they turned up at that game against Brentford was nothing short of embarrassing. I mean, you can't turn up at a football pitch and think that you can get away with not running around, not fighting for your team. And the football and the mannerisms of their body language when they're walking on the pitch and the way they're playing. I can't believe what I was watching. It was honestly a joke. And you know, anyone who says it's about the owners, no, the players need to take responsibility as well, because it's not good enough.
Well, you're right to a point, but it is about the owners as well. I mean, if we hadn't had such a game yesterday, we'd have been talking about Jamie Redknapp and Gary Neville's great heated discussion, which I thought was magic. But Woods and I were always talking about it. I actually think both of them are right. The players have got to shoulder a lot of this responsibility.
What do the owners do, Ali? Tell me as a footballer. You've been a footballer, Ali. Did you really care what the owners thought? As long as you got paid at the end of the month, you didn't care. But you didn't care what they were doing.
But the bottom line is,
all you cared about was what you did on the football pitch.
The buck stops there. Because they're giving people the money for recruitment. They're appointing somebody appointing the manager.
I get that, recruitment and everything, shocking. But the 11 players on the football pitch have got to take responsibility. They're the ones that the owners can't do nothing. As soon as you walk over that white line, it's on you.
But I think there are two separate issues. So I think you're right. The players need to take responsibility, and that is one issue. And the problem with the ownership and the lack of investment, for example, in Old Trafford, that is the fans' problem with the ownership, because that's their experience. It's the fans' day experience. So the fans have got a right to be angry with the owners, but they've also got a right to be angry with what they're seeing on the pitch.
But Absolutely. The players, we're going to a break, right? The players are also representing the owners.
No, they're not. No, they're
not.
What
do you mean they're not?
No, they're not. They're representing themselves.
They're representing themselves. They're representing
the fans. They're representing
the football club, and they're representing the owners of the football club. Of course they are.
No, you're representing yourself, and you're representing Man United. Or I didn't walk on a pitch and thinking I'm representing Daniel Levy today. I'm representing myself.
So you're not representing talkSPORT?
Yeah, of course I am, but I'm not representing Lee Clayton.
Of course you are.
I'm not. I'm representing myself.
You're going to get a text from him in a minute.
Of course you are.
I'm representing myself.
But
he picks you.
Of course I'm part of it, but that doesn't give me an excuse to go out on a football pitch and say, oh, it's the owner's fault. I'm representative of them. It's their fault. It buck stops at the top.
No, it doesn't.
Have some pride in yourself.
Not at all.
Have some pride in yourself.
I agree.
And none of them have. That's a disgrace.
Like I said a second ago, I think they're two separate things. I don't think the players have got the owners on the mind, have they, when they're playing on the football pitch, and they shouldn't do. But I think it's the fans that have a right to be angry with the owners for various different reasons, for taking money out of the club, for not putting it back in the facilities or the match day that they are spending their money on. And I think they've also got a right to be angry with the players who essentially they are representing Manchester United and who pays the bills. You know, this is a conversation that we could have for a lot longer, but we've got to go to a break. 8:49.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.